All right, guys, whether you are a seasoned turkey hunter or somebody who is just beginning to bow hunt turkeys, we've got 5 tips for you that can help you be more successful when you're bow hunting for turkeys this spring. Number 1, scouting is key. You have to find the birds before the season starts so you know where to go hunt. Otherwise, it makes it a lot more difficult to kill them. So when it comes to scouting, there's a couple different ways to do it. First, you can put boots on the ground. You can get out, try to look for turkeys or look for turkey sign. So you're going to be looking for scratchings, maybe droppings, or turkey tracks that are going to indicate there's birds in the area. Fortunately, turkeys are a lot more patternable than a deer is. So generally speaking, if a turkey's using a specific field or maybe a logging road during the day, and if you find sign, that turkey's going to be there almost every day or pretty close to it. Number 2, drive around, look for birds, listen for birds, glass the fields. Again, if you can manage to see birds in a field before the season starts, you could pretty much bet that those birds are going to be back in that field at some point in time during your season. The third way that I like to scout, and something that I think is overlooked by a lot of people, is the use of trail cameras, specifically in time-lapse mode. Here in the Midwest, we hunt a lot of agricultural fields, so you can take your trail cameras out, put them up on a stand in time-lapse mode, try to cover a big, broad area and get an idea of which fields or which parts of the fields the birds may be using and at what time is also key. So birds will use different fields at different times of the day. So in a lot of cases, they'll fly down off the roost first thing in the morning, spend some time in a field. They may then leave and go somewhere else and set up kind of a strut zone for the remainder of the day. So looking at those time-lapse cameras to figure out which fields and which times of day the birds are in them can be an invaluable piece of information to get you one step closer to killing a bird this spring. Number 2, hunt from a blind. When it comes to bow hunting for turkeys, there's a lot of movement involved. And I know there's guys out there that have killed plenty of birds without a blind, but I'm here to tell you it's a lot easier when you've got the cover of a blind to hide some of your movement. Great thing about turkey hunting is the birds don't care about the blind. You don't have to worry about brushing it in. In fact, most of our turkey hunts take place in ground blinds that we have set up in the middle of open fields. There's not a tree around anywhere, but luckily the turkeys don't seem to mind. So guys, if you're gonna be bow hunting turkeys this spring and you wanna make it a little bit easier on yourself, use a ground blind. Number 3, keep your decoys close to the blind. I prefer to set mine up somewhere between 8 and 12 yards. A lot of times what will happen with these birds when they start coming in, if they don't fully commit into your decoys, they may hang up 10, maybe 20 yards beyond your decoys. Now, if your decoys are set up at, let's say, 20 yards and that bird hangs up at 40, that's a pretty far shot on a turkey. You've got a relatively small kill zone, so that bird may hang up a little bit too far away. So by keeping your decoys in a little bit closer, if that bird does hang up, it allows you to possibly get a shot at them. Now, if the birds do commit right into the decoys, which is where we love to shoot them, it sets up a chip shot somewhere between that 10 and 12 yards, which is, for me anyways, the perfect distance when you're shooting a turkey with a bow and arrow, because like I said, really small kill zone, so the closer you can get them, the better. Number 4, don't call too much. I know this is something that a lot of people talk about and we can't stress it enough, but turkeys are very sensitive to over-calling. Once you've got a bird's attention and it's seen your decoys that are set up, of course, 10 to 12 yards in front of your blind, you could pretty much shut up at that point. That bird is either going to come in or it's not. No amount of calling, in my experience, is going to make a bird that's hung up at 80 or 100 yards, just strutting back and forth, eventually want to come into your decoys, right? All you're doing is hurting yourself. Over the last couple years, I've been fortunate enough to kill 6 or 8 birds with my bow, and I think I've only called in 1, maybe 2 of them. Some of those birds I never even called to. All it took was them seeing the decoys and coming in. So when in doubt, don't call too much. Let the decoys do the work for you. Number 5, and this is possibly the most important one of all, understand shot placement on a turkey with archery equipment. As I've said earlier, it's a very small kill zone that you're shooting at. And people have a tendency to shoot either too far forward or too low because they're used to shooting at deer, right? So make sure you study the anatomy of a turkey. You know exactly where that kill zone is. Now, when you're in doubt, aim for the head. And I know a lot of people are going to say, what? Aim for the head? Yes. The last couple of years, we've had a lot of guys on our team that have been shooting turkeys in the head or at the base of the neck, and it's an extremely effective shot. And the reason for that is Number one, if you hit them, you're going to kill them almost immediately. Number two, it gives you a little bit more precise of an aiming point. A lot of people struggle when that bird is sideways knowing exactly where to aim, especially when that bird's in full strut. So aiming for the head or the neck can give you a more precise aiming point, and in those particular instances, either you're going to hit the bird and you're going to kill it immediately, or you're going to have a clean miss. So for me, the last couple years, head and neck have been great shot opportunities, but if you want to go for that body shot, make sure you study the turkey's anatomy and put that arrow in the right place at the moment of truth. Well, there you go, guys, your top 5 tips for bow hunting turkeys this spring. We wish you guys all luck. If you have any tips or tactics that you want to share with us, make sure you leave your comments below. We're always looking for any extra help that we can get around here at bowhunting.com, and we'll see you guys out in the turkey woods this spring.